got this thing starting pretty good, but we haven't broke it in yet. There you go. A-okay. All right, here we are back Friday, working on this small block. And like I said, I did get it fired off, but I have a leak that I'm worried about, and it's coming on this main shaft here. And if I take this and I can wiggle it. I mean, that, can you see that? That is a heck of a lot of play, and I see a steady drip coming out of there. So that is no bueno. So we're gonna take this apart, and the Holley kit that I bought has a little sleeve in it that I may be able to use, or we may end up having to buy a kit to put a brass bushing in there. We'll see how this goes. All right, hey, there's plenty of videos on how to tear these carburetors apart, and so I'm just gonna get into what we're doing today. I'm not gonna do a big explanation. So you can see I've got the main body tore down, and like I said, this shaft was quite loose. This is the shaft on the secondaries, and this is where the fuel was leaking from. Some other things we found out that basically on the secondary, I think that was kind of stuck open, so there may have been some fuel pooling up on here, and that's what was leaking out of the shaft here. Now you might notice I have these little bushings on right now, these little nylon bushings, and I think they might work out rather well. I've gone ahead and pushed it through once, and it really seemed to tighten that shaft up. So let me show you. So I went ahead and put those little Teflon bushings in, and I'm pretty darn tight now. So I went ahead and did it on this one, and I did it on the other shaft, and they feel pretty darn tight now. So when doing that, I had to remove these screws. So don't forget to put a little Loctite on there, and then I re-staked those little screws on the bottom, because you don't want those screws falling into your engine. So anyway, let's keep putting her back together now with just normal rebuild stuff. So the next part of rebuilding this carburetor is obviously putting in the power valve there, and setting the floats, and yada yada yada. You know how to rebuild a carb. All right, so there you go, freshly rebuilt carburetor on there, ready to start the engine. Okay, you got me. Maybe we didn't rebuild the carburetor. Maybe we decided that carburetor was shot. That's what you get for buying a carburetor at a swap meet and expecting it to be perfect. I mean, I think that carburetor got thrown in with another deal. So anyway, Mike and Larry went out to Summit Racing on Friday and bought us a new Holley carburetor. This is a 4160 carburetor, and it should operate hopefully flawlessly. I already filled it up with gas, and I'm gonna give it a test fire pretty quick here, and then I'll show you what's going on. All right, so we're all set to go. I'm gonna flip on the ignition over here, fire it up. There you go. All right, that's just a quick 20 seconds there. Make sure the carburetor was working and there's no leaks. So we should be ready for a proper break-in on this motor now.